We're back here at the Harp and the Habit. Catholic Central High School Crusaders head coach Eric Meek. This session sponsored by the National Colloid Company, longtime booster of Catholic Central High School, the Barber family. We want to thank them for everything they've done for the Crusaders and the community over the years. Coach, welcome in. Coming in off a big win, Coach, bounce back win. I think personally you guys are playing pretty good football.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks I think we played our best football of the season. 3 weeks ago we were over at Oak Glen, and they had a tremendous tailback, and they were bigger and older than us up front, and they just were. And I thought our kids played fairly hard, but we kind of got beat soundly 28-0. But I'm kind of thinking that game has helped us because now we're healthy and we played we've really played hard the last 2 weeks. I think we've grown up. A lot of the kids have really improved, and we dug ourselves a hole at Conotton Valley down 12-0 at the first quarter. But then after that, we came down, took a big drive, made it 12-8. They took the kickoff back 18-8, and after that it was all us. We won 48-30, and we had about 500 yards of offense. And what I was impressed with is 76 offensive plays.
Wow. That's a lot, Coach.
More than doubled their offensive plays. They had 35, so you more than doubled their offensive, and you more than doubled their offensive output as far as yards were concerned. And Conotton Valley came in with a nice team. They were in fourth place in the region, and you've knocked them out of fourth place back into fifth, and you've taken their place. You're in fifth, they're in sixth, I believe, right now, or in fourth.
We're in fifth. We jumped 7 spots in one night. We were number 12 going into that game.
You're sitting pretty good. What do you attribute your success against Conotton Valley? Because I know that they're a team that likes to push the ball down the field, and you held them down pretty well.
We were really concerned about number 80, their running back, and his first 2 carries, he got 16 and 15 yards early, and I'm like, oh man. And after that,
here we go, huh?
He caught some passes, and he also took the kickoff return back to put them up 18-8. But we really shut down their running attack. They did hit some passes on us, but the defense bent but didn't break. And again, we just controlled the football on the ground. And also, after the first 2 interceptions in the first quarter we threw, after that, I think we were 11 of 14 through the air. So we were very effective.
Only 12 carries for them, only 29 yards. Your defense really stepped up to the
they
plate.
did. We had to stop that number 80, and we did a good job. He was a big, strong kid.
And you guys, 60 rushes, 304 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, 60 times.
Yeah.
See, people don't get 60 plays. You had 60 rushes.
Because they had a lot of incomplete, so that stopped the clock. But the thing about that is it was kind of funny because at the end of the day, after we kind of started playing a little cat and mouse with them, we only called like 3 different plays. We ran trap, power gap, and gut gap, where everybody just blocks down, and we were having great success. So, I think we called ISO and sweep, I think, once or twice a piece, and we said, the heck with that. And those are 2 plays we run a lot. But, when things are going good and the kids just keep looking, and I remember one time Matthew came over to me on first down, and I said, well, guess what I'm going to call? It was power gap. And we also threw the ball on play action on first down with some success.
I think you threw the ball more against Conotton Valley than you have most of the season.
Yeah, we saw some stuff where they were trying to crowd the line to take the power and the I call it gut, which is all that means is guard and tackle, pull, and it's a counter. And we called some boots and play actions on first down, and we knew it was going to be there, and it was. So, just very proud of the effort, the enthusiasm, the intensity, the aggressiveness, and that we play with a lot of spirit, and that's what we want to do this time of year.
Coach, you talk about taking the loss at Oak Glen, and you think it made you a better team. Can you put your finger on it? Because you played well against Fairport, who I think you only lose by a touchdown to them. And and then you beat Canton Valley. Can you put your finger on anything specifically that you've seen change in your team?
I think confidence. When we got off the field at Fairport, up in that locker room up at Fairport, we lost 27-20, and we took the number one team in the North region right to the wire. And then we told the kids, hey, our backs to the wall now. We've lost 2 in a row. We're 4-4. We got 7 seniors, who I want to mention here in a moment. If we lose the rest and go 4-6, this isn't going to be good. They're gonna end their career. And we just all rallied. The focus was on our seniors. Let's get them in the playoffs. And now we're in a situation, we jumped so high. If we win this week, we're going to have a home game.
Well,
and I don't think very many people back in July thought that we'd be sitting with that possibility.
I'd have to agree with you on that, Coach. But, you want to mention your seniors. This is the last game of the year. Mm-hmm. You got Cleveland East Tech. What can you tell us about that team as you mention your seniors?
Well, Cleveland East Tech is a team that's, dangerous and scary. They're a Division III school, and they got tremendous speed. And, we know what they're going to do offensively and defensively, but we got to be able to stop them, keep everything in front of us, and play good, solid offense and smart special teams. But like you had mentioned, we have 7 seniors, and a few of these kids, they came in as freshmen my first year. So I've been with these kids for the first group that I've been with for 4 years, which seems like yesterday. I mean, you blink a few times and,
Seems like yesterday we were riding somewhere in a car laughing the whole way.
Oh, yeah, right. And, so Matthew Sprakai, of course, 960 yards rushing. He's 40 yards away from 1,000, and it's hard to get 1,000 yards. And what a great kid he is, and I certainly hope he can get that this week as he deserves it. Zach Bryan, wide receiver, defensive back, has been with us for 4 years. Great kid, great young man. Funny, we joke around a lot, Zach and I.
Had an important fumble recovery for you this
that
week.
was Luke, his little brother, freshman, started the last 2 weeks. And then you got Justin Rowe. Justin's all these kids are great kids. I know I keep saying that, but I'm being honest with you. They're great kids from great families. And Justin's just a great young man. I was so proud. I have breakfast duty, and he's in there on Wednesdays, or maybe it's tomorrow, Thursday. He's in there bright and early for Bible study in the cafeteria. And Justin's a defensive lineman who does a really good job and is able to plug the hole very well. James McInnes is a kid who came a year ago from Columbus. And he never played football till last year, his junior year, and has done a great job. And again, I've mentioned that he's unselfishly moved from receiver to tight end.
I love that.
To offensive tackle, and plays outside backer. And he's a tremendous athlete, a big kid. Alex Fedorov, a kid who has been starting at offensive left tackle and defensive end. And I had mentioned a few weeks ago we didn't know if he'd even start this year, and he's really had an outstanding season, another great kid. And then we have 2 other kids, J.P. Gessler, John Paul, great young man, just a superhuman being, and plays on all of our special teams and has done a great job. And then Santiago Descalzo came out this year, and he's our kicker. So, Sonny's a great young man as well. So these 7 kids is a small senior class, but they've done well, and they've led this team, and we're very proud of them. We've had some activities this week already, and we have some work throughout the week.
Seems like they've all contributed in some form or another to your success this year, and it seems like they're great leaders for your younger players coming through the program.
I just keep saying it. Our locker room environment's very strong. It's good. The kids know that they can come in and talk to me at any time, and we joke, and that when I get on them, they know if they messed up, I get on them pretty good, and the kids get along, the seniors with the freshmen and the sophomores and the juniors, and it's just like a family. Everything isn't always smooth, but at the end of the day, when we all go home, we all know that we all care about each other, and they're coming from good families. You know, when you send your child to a school that's a faith-based school, you know, there's a reason you send them there, and you know, there's solid values at home, and you know, we just got great kids.
It's kind of lacking, and unfortunately lacking in our society today as a whole. And it's refreshing that you know, you talked about the one young man in Bible study in the mornings on Thursdays, and the great character that they show, and the great the representation they have for their families and for Central.
Right. You know, it's really quite interesting. I mean, my son is home for these 2 weeks from San Diego in the Navy, and my wife has said all these years coaching, you know, I've loved every school I've been at, but she said you really have gotten close with some of the kids that are gone now, that have left Central. And, you know, a lot of these kids, you know, I talk to them every day, or, you know, it's almost like they're just really good kids, like we said, from good families. And they're the type of young men that you want them to stay in your life until the day you die, I guess. And we got a lot coming up, and there's some in these senior class I know that they'll be a friend for life as well.
Well, Coach, you know, you got a big one Saturday night. Ohio Valley Sports Online will be there covering that game. You win, you get a home game, Coach?
Yes, and that's what Reno and I were just talking about. You know, we're hoping, you know, Big Red wins as well, because I'm assuming they'll get a bye, and then if we can win Saturday, then we'll probably play it Friday because Big Red won't be playing. But, yeah, a win, all of a sudden a win, and we got a home playoff game. And,
do you have any chance of getting a bye at all?
I don't think, you know, but a lot of crazy things can happen. You know, a year ago when we played Carrick Week 10 on a Saturday, we were sure we were having a rematch Week 11 against Strasburg. And between late Friday night and Saturday before we played the ball game, all of a sudden it was River. So, you know, there's so many. One game, it could be a second-level game.
Right.
Can change the pecking order of who you're playing.
Well, I think I saw on the one site that you guys, if you win, you could finish anywhere from 3 to 9.
Right.
So you do have an outside shot at a home
I'll
at
be
a bye.
honest, though, I don't want to buy.
But yeah, I can understand that.
I don't.
You get on a roll, it's high. Yeah.
Right. But anyways.
So Cleveland East Tech, you know, they're 3-4. They lost the game. They had a game canceled. They're Division III. You're Division 7. So you know, even though they're 3-4, you kind of never know what to expect from the city schools.
No, but they're a big school. They got you know, it's the alma mater of Jesse Owens. The day we signed that game, I told the kids that. So.
Did they know who Jesse
Yeah, they
Owens
did.
was?
They learned about him in school. They said, "You're kidding me."
One thing you can expect for sure, Coach, is speed. They'll have some speed.
They're going to have speed. The quarterback will throw the ball 50, 60 yards. And we told him today, we did a lot of skeleton today. That kid runs, they run underneath it on the run, you know, he could be gone. Also, we're very concerned about their outside run game. Now, they do base block everything, which you usually don't see, but, you know, they'll run wide, and if he breaks it, you know, and hits a seam, we could be in trouble. But I think, you know, obviously we can't have fumbles, we can't have turnovers, and we got to be able to move the ball on offense like we've been doing.
It's kind of what you've been doing. Your team is well disciplined, very fundamental. So I think that hopefully gives you an advantage. Plus, they have to travel to Steubenville here. So anytime you have to travel, it's kind of a disadvantage. So hopefully you have the bigger advantage in this game from that standpoint.
Well, you talk about your seniors, Coach. One senior that is really, really, I don't mean to single him out, but yes, I do. He's had 4 outstanding years for you. That's Matthew Sprockeye. I mean, I can't talk enough about him, the speed that he has shown and the toughness that he shows running inside, tackle to tackle. Nobody gets a clean hit on him. I mean, you know.
900.
Ray, he had another 27 carries this week, 153 more yards, and 2 touchdowns again. So what you're saying is
phenomenal.
He's at 960 going into this. And I might have mentioned it. I don't know if I did on the air a week ago, but we were at Fairport, and it was late in the game, maybe 4 minutes to go, and the official on our side said to me, he goes, "What grade is he in?" I said, "He's a senior." He goes, "Wow, is he a tough kid?" Because he'll take some hits, hard hits, and he hops right back up.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not very big.
And he has never said to me, "Coach, can I have a break?" And, of course, if he ever did, I'd give him a break, although I don't like to give kids breaks very much. But, he is a tough kid. And
Well,
he knows I think that. I don't got to say it on the air.
He's from a family of quarterbacks. I know that. His grandpa was my coach at Central, Herbie Sprockeye. His dad was Brian Sprockeye, quarterback. And Matthew's just...
You better not forget Meg, his mom. You better mention
Meg
her.
Carpets. Meg's Carpet. What's it
Yeah.
called? Carpets and More?
Creative.
Creative Carpets. Meg. That's right. I see her commercial on TV. She's the brains of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's the brawn. And Matthew Sprockeye, can't say enough good things about him. I saw his mother Mary in rehab up at the arena. She come over and talked to me. She appreciates the High Valley Sports Online. I want to say hello to the whole Sprockeye family, and wish you well. And not going to be the last game, but it's going to be the final home game. Final regular season game.
It's going to be cold, but come out to the stadium.
Now you guys are going to warm everybody's hearts with another victory for the Crusaders.
I've had a lot of people say they were going to come to the game, and everyone's really proud of the kids, so we appreciate the support.
Yeah, you've had a great year, Coach. You had a great year. You went into the year not knowing really what you had because you had a mix of seniors through freshmen. Some of these freshmen have really stepped up and played for you.
Yeah, we started 2 freshmen on offense and 2 on defense.
Yeah, and you're the way your preseason was, and the number of people you lost, no one was sure what you were whether you were going to make the playoffs or not. The way Big Red started, no one was sure what was going to happen with them. Now they're sitting in a position where they can have a bye, and you're sitting in a position where you could have a bye, at least a home game. I'd say it's pretty successful. The city of Steubenville is very fortunate to have a couple of great football teams and some great coaches and some great kids.
Absolutely. Football makes the world go round, that's for sure. All right, we're going to close it out here with Coach Eric Meek and the Catholic Central High School Crusaders. Look to finish the season on Saturday night. High Valley Sports Online will be there. We'll be on the air 6:45. Kickoff at 7, right, Coach?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Sponsored by the National Colloid Company. For Phil Rujak, Coach Meek, and Tony Two Sandwiches. This is Ray Suckoch closing out this segment. We'll be right back with Frank Sassini of the Brook Bruins.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.